G on the beat. So many questions, who do I ask? Where do I go from here? What are you smoking? Ain't no average girl, my one top tier. What is it now? I stood on business and I made it clear.
What's up, family, man? We back with another video, you feel me? We're back at A&T, man. We back in our element, you feel me? So without further ado, man, you know I couldn't leave you without a story time. So I'm finna tell y'all about how I ended up at A&T over a D3 college. So yeah, I was originally supposed to end up at a D3 college in Virginia. High school, you're never really fully certain on where you're going. You want to follow ball, but you want to follow your dream. Like A&T used to be a dream school to me because I was raised here. I grew up in this environment. So it's just like, it's something I want to come back to, something I wanted to fully live and experience growing up. You feel me? I wanted to come back where I was born and learn more about it, see how it would be. So when I got here, felt like home because I had a visit. So I came for my visit and it felt like home. It felt great. It was a lot. Like I could tell I was surrounded by Black people out and people to talk to. I was connecting with people at the D3 as well through football. But when I got here, it was a different vibe. It was home, close. I also knew I would be closer than what I would have been. I would have been like 2 hours from home. Now I'm just like an hour from home. So that even worked better in my schedule for me. But like I'm saying, I was going to be at a D3 school. Like, I don't know how I would have made it. I don't know what I would have did there in Virginia. Nonetheless, not knowing, I probably wouldn't know not many people nearby. So would have been completely on my own. And Lord knows I didn't need that. I was getting recruited to this D3 for football. Like they had a football program that wanted me, but they didn't have a sports scholarship. Hey,
yo, what the fuck?
So why are you trying to get me here without giving me a sports scholarship? Also, they're out of state. So out of state tuition, they was trying to get bread out of me. I'm not gonna lie. They wanted my bread because out of state tuition was like $50K. I'm not paying $50K for my education and I play football at D3. Whoa! Wait.
When you get cranked, it's like,
hey, you're not giving me no bread. What am I doing that for? So I went up there. It was actually a great visit though. It was great. I put on some gear, things like that. I'm gonna show you little pictures and stuff like that. It's a cool campus. It was no disrespect to them. They're good. They're good school. And one of my friends I know a homie from my high school. He was higher grade than me, but he played football there. He goes to school there. He does great. But that wasn't in my books. So, after that, we come home. I'm chilling for a while. I'm thinking about it. Like I'm fully thinking about committing to this school. Like badly. This commitment was something crazy. Like I'm telling my coaches that I'm finna commit here. Telling friends that I'm finna commit here. I'm finna go play ball. That's all I wanted to do. Which at the moment it was all that I wanted to do. Ball was really all that I needed at that time. But I didn't get there. So what did I do? Moved on. You know what I'm saying? You just keep moving. You just keep pushing. That's the best thing you can do. So basically comes in later. I hadn't applied. I'm not gonna lie. I had nowhere else applied but A&T. A&T was literally the only other school that I applied to other than this D3 school. Like I put nothing else in the books. Mitchell, actually, I put a community college that's known in my area. I put a community college in there as well. But other than these three schools, I had nothing. I had nowhere else. I didn't really apply how I should have applied. I was mainly focused on, trying to get a scholarship and things like that more than trying to apply to where I wanted to go. I'm saying here, I'm ready to commit to this D3. I'm fully committed. And next thing you know, I check my email one night and everybody's knowing like I done posted like, yeah, I'm finna go here. But I get this email probably about 2-3 days later that say, hey, you have been accepted in our food and nutrition program. Now, if you don't know, my major is food and nutrition. And next year as a sophomore, I do plan to get that business management. You feel me? As a minors, but it's a reason why I'm doing this track, but that's something I could explain to y'all over time. But anyways, I'm here on my food and nutrition majors. Luckily, love to cook, you feel me? We gonna get more into that sooner or later. But yeah, I love to cook. So I'll get this and I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm stunned. I can't, like, I'm smiling ear to ear. I don't know how to behave because it's A&T. This was my dream school, mind you. My dream school. I couldn't believe to go anywhere else. I get there for my visit. It's straight black people. And I run into actually one of my best friends, my roommate. Now he not here right now, but listen, I met my roommate. This is how I knew that this school was for me. Cause all I did was walk in and sit down behind him. Turned around and he just said, fuck it. He's like, what's your name? He talked to me first. Cause me, I don't talk first. If you get to know, if a lot of people know in person, I'm not a talking person. So if you talk to me first, I'll open up immediately. So like, I'm telling him my name. I'm cool. It's another friend from my hometown with me. And he comes in and he's like, yeah, his name's da 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 da. You know, we all talking. My roommate, another homeboy, I guess he had just met, friends as well. He said all four of us just sitting there talking. We're conversing, you know. Now, my friend from home, he wasn't really in my group, so he had to step off and he had to go to his group area. They had us split off by our sections, and I'm a K's. You feel me? We was talking. He was like, sit right here. You know, we get to talking. We chilling. And it gets to eventually where it's time for us. We're listening through. Everything's going. We're just getting to know each other. That's the main point, just getting to know each other. We get through further on through the day. You know, it's time for the tour. He's just sticking with me and we're talking. We're chilling. Great jokes. Going to get time to eat at the caf. We get food. We sit together. You know, it's just a great vibe, a great group. And I'm doing this by myself. Like, so it feels great to get out of your comfort zone. Like, that's one thing NCAT students don't understand. You got to get out of your comfort zone. If you don't get out of your comfort zone, then, I mean, what are you really doing here? Like, one thing I learned so far from being here is a lot of good things come from connections. So make sure you're opening up. Talk to anybody you can. Don't be shy. Don't be shut off. You know what I'm saying? Make connections. Connections help a lot. That's one of the biggest ideals. Connections. Friendships with your professors, all that. Things like I'm putting you on game. When you get to college, things like this really help. While we're still, you know, going through the day, I'm chilling with him. We're talking connections, chilling. Comes to the end. We're like, hey, you cool? And we get our free time. So we're like talking. We're cool. Cause you have to spend the night. We're cool. You know what I'm saying? We're like, hey, why don't you want to do housing and stuff like that? We was like, this was a great time. I don't got a roommate. Do you got a roommate? He asked me greatly, thankfully. He asked me, he's like, do you got a roommate? I said, nah, I don't got a roommate. He's like, cool then. He's like, I'll do it for us. He's like, you can be roommates if you want to. I'm like, yeah, definitely. That'll work. That's cool for me. So story time of really how I met my roommate. And that's really also what brought me here to A&T. You feel me? Now, it's a short little story time, something simple, something calm, something collect. But yeah, I basically ended up at A&T because it felt like home. It was a very welcoming environment. I won't lie to you, it is, but you gotta make it you really gotta do it yourself. And connections come. Don't always let people talk to you first. to make that happen. Yes, he did true indeed talk to me, but he was open. So I thank him for that. And it brought me here. It brought me closer here. It felt open. It felt safe. I love the environment that I've created here at A&T. So without further ado, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this one. This is about how I came to A&T instead of, you know, a D3 football. You know, we're getting football out of there, but football might be making a return. So you never know. Soon to be in the story, soon to be not. Who knows? We're all following this one step at a time. I love y'all, family. I thank you for listening. And without further ado, like, comment, subscribe. I really love y'all boys.